We give all praises to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakah Quadash, double honors to the apostles that rule well. So I take to the brothers in the four corners of the earth, preaching this truth in sincerity. And what insincerity? It's this video. It's not a video, it's an article, and it got my attention, So let me do a quick video on this, right? Because, America, they thrive on people being on debt, just as they thrive in people being sick. When people are sick, America, especially the medical industry, they make money on treatments. They don't make money on you being cured and healed, right? Just as they make money on loans, because when you in loan, the interest rate kick in. It could be from 18% um on up, and that's why brothers is fasting and praying for Babylon to be destroyed, and we're going to discuss the year of Jubilee, Jubilee. After 7 years, your debt is wiped out, and they got the audacity and talk about in God we trust in their dollar bills, right? But in God we trust, they trust in Satan, right? They trust in Satan. They don't trust in Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. That's why they were so animate to remove the Bible from their judicial system. That's why they removed it from the schools. That's why they eliminated prayer in the Board of Education here in America, man. Because this place is nothing but sodomy. This place ain't nothing but wickedness. And this place got to be destroyed, right? So this article right here, I'm gonna read a little bit of it. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, just to get to the point. The name of this article, right? The title of it: A Florida teacher thought she settled her student loan debt 20 years ago. Then she got a bill for $1 million. You hear that, Yashar? This heifer got a bill for $1 million. And she thought she settled her student loan, right? All right. For almost a decade, the government took hundreds of dollars each month out of her paycheck of a Florida woman named Michelle. So we really don't know her ethnic, right? We don't know her Ruth or her race, right? A Florida woman named Michelle to recoup old student loans that were unpaid and overdue. The process called garnishment. What is called garnishment? They garnish a certain amount from your paycheck when it could be from child support, it could be student loan. If you owe the government, they will garnish a certain amount from your paycheck. For instance, if you receive $500 a week, what they're going to take? They're going to take a percentage of that, and you could end up taking home maybe $300 or $250. Right. So going back to this paragraph right here, the process called garnishment is legal. The U.S. Department of Education can order it from someone's wages, tax return, Social Security to force repayment of a default loan. Michelle garnishment began in 2008 as a public school teacher in Orlando who asked to be identified by her first name only because this story involves her personal finances. She struggled for the next 8 or 9 years to make ends meet while supporting her 2 children. I almost lost my house, everything over this because I couldn't afford it, she said. And with roughly $800 per month suddenly gone, Michelle recalled a time facing impossible decision day to day. I've got to consider, do we get this meal or do we keep the lights on, which is more important right now? I will not be surprised if she's an Israelite woman. I will not be surprised, man. All right. Now, in the kingdom, will this happen? Among nation of Israel, no. Right. The scripture said the heathens gonna get double for what they did to us. Right. But Israelites don't have to go through this in the kingdom. Right? Because the law is going to be established. Right? The law is going to be established. All right? First of all, we're gonna be so every Israelite is gonna be prosperous in the kingdom of heaven. Okay. Now, the word Jubilee, literally ram's horn in the Hebrew, is defined in Leviticus 25, verse 9, as a sabbatical year after 7 cycles of 7 years, 49 years, right? The 50th year was to be a time of celebration or rejoicing for the Israelites. The ram horn was blown on the 10th day of the 7th month to start the 50th year of universal redemption. The year of Jubilee involved a year of release from indebtedness. What does it involve? It involved a release from indebtedness, right? Let me go back. Right, there we go. Leviticus 25, 23 to 38, right? But I'm not going to read the whole thing. This is the ESV. The land shall not be sold in perpetuity, for the land is mine. For you are a stranger sojourneth with me, and as the country you possesses, you shall allow a redemption of the land. If your brother becomes poor and sells part of his, let me see, let me get straight to the point. All right, this is Leviticus 25, verse 9. Then you shall sound a loud trumpet on the 10th day of the 7th month, on the day of atonement, and sound the trumpet throughout your land. All right, let's go back here. All right, just get straight to the point. Point. 26. If a man has no one to redeem it, and then himself becomes prosperous and finds sufficient means to redeem it. 27. Let him calculate the years since he sold it and pay back the balance to the man to whom he sold it, and then return his property. But if he does not have sufficient means to recover it, then what he sold shall remain in the hand of the buyer until the year of Jubilee. In the Jubilee it shall be released, and he shall return his property. If a man sells a dwelling house in a walled city, he may redeem it within a year of its sales. For a full year he shall have the right of redemption. If it is not redeemed within a full year, then the house in the walled city shall belong to the perpetuity to the buyer throughout his generation. It shall not be released in the Jubilee, but the house of the villages that have no wall around them shall be classified with the fields of the land, then may be redeemed, and they shall release in the Jubilee, right? And the law is fair, and the law is fair and just, man. The law is fair and just. If you got enough money to buy it, hey, guess what? Give it back to the rightful owner. You know, that's fair enough, right? Now, going back let me see. Let me see if I can. Here we go. If a brother becomes poor and cannot maintain himself with you, you shall support him as though he was a stranger and sojourner, and he shall live with you. Take no interest from him or profit, but fear your power, that your brother may live beside you. You shall not lend him your money at interest, nor give him your food for profit. Am Yahweh your power, whom brought you out of the land of Egypt to give you the land of Canaan and to be your power. All right, so your brother is poor. Yo, give him something to eat, give him a roof over his head, don't charge him, right? Whatsoever, look out for your brother, right? But in this society, nah, people don't look out for each other. Hey, you expect a white man to look out for us anyway? You expect them to look out for us, but these laws is righteous, man. These laws is righteous. It's fair, you know. And going back, right, just like the prison system, right? Let's read this. The year of the Jubilee involves a year of release from indebtedness and all the type of bondage. That's from 39 to 55. All prisoners and captives were set free. What happened? They were set free. Just like here, right? If you found with a couple bags of weed, I'm talking about back in the days, you would get what, 10 to 15 years, right? But in the 7th year, you're supposed to let that brother or sister go. But nah, they got to serve the whole full sentence, right? So all prisoners and captives were set free. All slaves were released. All slaves were released. When slavery was abolished, what, in 1865, but it started in 1863. But it was established in what, in 1865, right? But these fools wanna, you know, back in the days, have the Bible, right? Have the Bible and the judicial system back in the days, and they uphold the Bible. Now they don't uphold the Bible. And first of all, they don't look at us as a man. They look at us as 3/5 of a man, right? According to their constitution, right? So hey, these devils don't give a fuck about us. But in the kingdom, these laws is going to be established, man. It's going to be established. It's going to be righteous judgment on earth. So going back to this, right? All prisoners and captives were set free. All slaves were released. All debts were forgiven. All properties were returned to its original owners, right? In addition, all labor was to cease from 1 year, and those bound by labor contracts were released from them, right? You know, when you have a contract over your head, oh my God, it's like car note. You know, if you can't pay your car note, you run into hard times. Guess what? They stain your credit, right? It will be considered maybe a repo, right? They stain your credit where it will be hard for you to get another car, right? This is the system we live in, man. This system's all screwed up, man. Babylon is. I just don't see how people die to come to this country. This like, yo, they live in the Caribbean islands. They sell everything just to come to this dreadful place. That's why I say, woe to the unrighteous decree, right? This place is nothing but unrighteous decrees, man. And America got to be destroyed for that alone. One of the benefits of the Jubilee was that both the land and the people were able to rest, right? So, and I'm not gonna go no further, right? So these devils don't hold no Bible. You know, they Christianity. You know, they're demonic churches, right? Especially with a bunch of nothing but Edomite in these churches. You know, so they love Jesus, but they don't keep the laws and statutes and commandments, because the law and statutes and commandments is not for them. It's for the nation of Israel. This Bible is for one group of people, the nation of Israel, the Israelites, right? Not for everybody, right? The so-called white man is the devil that the Bible speak of, right? Let me go quickly to um, Isaiah, Isaiah 2. All right, Isaiah 2. This is what Isaiah, son of Amos, was concerning Judah and Jerusalem in the last days. The mountain of Yahweh temple will be established. Is it established now? No. Satan is the ruler of this kingdom. The so-called white man is the ruler of this place, man. Right? But Seventh-day Adventists got the audacity and said, we are already in the kingdom. Oh, hell no. And the people in Seventh-day Adventists said, we're already in the kingdom. They got mountains of debts. What happened to the year of Jubilee? Right? I'm sure your debts is piling up. The Seventh-day Adventists that say that we in the kingdom. Right? I'm sure they got mountains of debt. Because Seventh-day Adventists is an organization of they have a materialistic demon, right? They want the big house and nice cars, and they do anything to oppress they neighbor. They do anything to impress the Joneses. How I know this? Because I used to be Seventh-day Adventist years ago. I know how they get down. I know how they get down, man. Right? So it said the mountain of Yahweh temple would be established as the highest of the mountain. It will be exalted above the hills, and all nations will stream to it. All nations will stream to it. Many people will come and say, come, let us go to the mountains of Yahweh, to the temple of Yahweh, the power of Jacob. He will teach us his ways so that we may walk in his path. The law, there we go. The law will go out from Zion. So is it a year of Jubilee applied now? No. Right? If it was applied now, if they uphold this, a lot of people won't be suffering right now. A lot of people won't be suffering right now. Right? A lot of people won't be suffering right now if they was to uphold these laws, statute, commandments. But they're not going to uphold it because so-called white man, the government, is the devil. Right? They work on the left-hand side. Right? And first of all, we broke the law, statute, commandments. We're not here to be comfortable. Right? We're not here to be comfortable, man. We're here to serve a sentence, man. And that sentence is almost up. Right? Because righteous judgment is going to be established on the earth when the Most High take this so-called white man down. Once he go down, man, it's going to be a transitional rulership where we're going to be ruling next. Right? Right? So going back to this, the law will go out from Zion, the word of Yahweh from Jerusalem. He will judge between the nations and will settle disputes for many peoples. They will beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hook. Nations would not take up sword against nation. So you know this is prophetic, man. All right, this is going to take place in the kingdom of heaven, right? Because the nations, it said they will beat their swords into plowshare and spears into pruning hook, right? That's right, because they're gonna cultivate the land, right? They're gonna work for us, right? But right now, it's the opposite. The plowshares is turned into swords, right? China got missiles ready for this place. Part of India got missiles ready for this place. Part of Europe got missiles waiting for this place. Can't forget about Russia, Iran. They got missiles for this place, man. Right? Because America got to be destroyed. Right? Going back to the unrighteous decree, going back the enslavement of the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom. Right? The blood that been shed in American soil. Right? This place got to be destroyed, man. Gotta be destroyed, man. Most I gotta take this place out. There's nothing righteous about this place, right? Hey, that's a quick article I wanted to bring out, man. This place, it's just getting worse and worse. There ain't nothing but a big giant cesspool, and the Most I gotta clear this land with fire, right? Hey, so going back to this article, a Florida teacher thought she settled her student loan debt 20 years ago. Then she got a bill for $1 million. Wow. Right? So death to America, death to Esau, 2/3 of the heathens. See y'all in the next video. Shalom, Baraka. Die! Kwam Yasharala, Raj Yasharala.